Hey Channel Insiders, I'm Katie Bavoso for Partner POV On-Site here at Scale Computing Platform 2025 in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm being joined by partners and IT innovators from all over the globe today, including these two gentlemen joining me now. Of course, we once again have Scott Mann, Managing Director and Vice President of Scale Computing International, and he's joined by Ryan McAnlis, CRO of Simply NUC. Welcome.
Good to be here.
Great to have you.
Thank you for having me again.
Yes, anytime. But we are going to start with Ryan today because my questions for you are, you've told me that because of the rapid evolution of AI and edge computing, that now is just a great time for hardware. Can you explain to me how you're capitalizing on the moment and how scale computing is helping Simply NUC really take advantage of that?
Yeah, so we're seeing an evolution of data just moving to the edge. And for us to have a relationship as humans with the machine, with the AI, it needs to be natural. So that compute has got to live at the edge, it's got to live near where the solution is. So we're building a product family and product families to be able to execute on that migration of data from a compute power, a form factor, many different variabilities so that it's the right thing in the right place at the right time. We're doing that with scale computing because you can't do it alone. It is an ecosystem of partners, of solutions is required to deliver for the customer. And we work with scale computing to deliver a great solution together from a hyper-converged orchestration solution that sits on our hardware. So together, we think that's a good solution for our customers.
Well, speaking of your hardware, Scott, as we know, scale computing is on its own journey to become a software-only vendor, meaning you're opening up more doors for hardware vendors to come and work with you. When we think about Simply NUC, they're known for their NUCs, obviously, Next Unit of Compute mini PCs. What makes them a great partner to work with you, and what makes the technology together a winning combination?
The magic of partnerships, right? At the end of the day, it's like scale computing is on a mission to become that next gen virtualization solution. And we need to focus on the software that makes us that next generation. There's a huge opportunity in the market right now. Everything that's happening with VMware, we don't need to rehash all that because we're all very familiar with it. But we need to focus on the software component of it, right? And then we need to focus on that innovation and partnering with other hardware vendors like Simply NUC that are laser focused on the hardware portion of it. And then you combine those two, makes a recipe for a virtualization solution on a hardware platform that is custom built for whatever that use case, niche use case, whether it may be, and you're creating an industry leading edge computing platform. It's a combination of scale computing and Simply NUC.
I love it.
So Ryan, as we know, hardware can sometimes be approached with caution by customers because they always want to be future-proofing and making sure that they're getting hardware that's going to last for the long run because of technological innovation. So how is scale computing helping you to be able to approach customers so they can make confident decisions in buying for the long run?
At the edge, we're trying to say to customers, look, it doesn't need to be a forklift change or a massive investment. I think we're actually saying more, look, compound investment over time is going to pay off. Today's pilot is going to be tomorrow's business critical systems. And with scale and Simply NUC, you can put a solution together that is fit for purpose now and scales into the future. So it doesn't have to be a huge commitment that large data center virtualization solutions might have been in the past. I like that scale are moving towards a hardware neutral position. That gives us a chance to have more flexibility in the customization in the hardware that I think customers really want from us, so that actually there's a much more optionality for customers to have a fit for purpose hardware that is bespoke for their use case rather than something that's certified and has to be used. So I think together, we're working hard together to make sure we're getting the right solutions in front of customers.
Let's dig into that more, really put our money where our mouth is.
Okay.
Give me a success story in which scale computing and Simply NUC work together to solve a customer problem.
So at the event here, we just heard from Royal Farms, so 300 store convenience store. They've gone to scale computing based on Simply NUC hardware, and it's given them the ability to have a hardware solution that is easy to deploy, so zero touch deployment, and they can actually configure it. For a lot of their stores, they could configure it in a centralized location and ship it out, and all that had to be done in the store was plug it in, and then so it's zero touch provisioning and away you go. So we heard from them here, and it was great to hear that story of they could deploy those 300 stores in a short period of time. A very short period of time.